Kia ora and welcome along to Monday's forecast for New Zealand. Well, generally a rather unsettled story across those more northern and western parts of the country as we head through the rest of this afternoon. More thunderstorms in store running through Northland and Auckland. These red crosses here showing where the lightning strikes have been this morning. And we've got some more of those still to come as we head through the afternoon, all driven across by an area of low pressure. So as we head through the first part of the afternoon, one or two fairly sharp bursts of rain just pushing through pretty quickly, as we said, to move through fairly fast. Could be some gusty winds and perhaps even some hail with those thunderstorms as we head through the afternoon. They'll move across towards the likes of, say, the Bay of Plenty and Gisborne, Tairāwhiti as we head through towards tomorrow. But down on the South Island, there's plenty of fine, dry and very settled weather down there. A very different story down across the South Island compared to the more active weather up north. But like I say, do watch out for those thunderstorms as we head through this afternoon. And as we go through the night time, that low pressure swings across the top of the country. Some heavy falls of rain in towards parts of the Bay of Plenty, the Coromandel, and especially on this eastern coast as well. So those northern parts of Hawke's Bay, say the Wairoa district, and up towards Gisborne. So there are some severe weather watches in place for those areas as we head through in towards Tuesday. Now the low pressure does move away. You can see that rain feeds back in behind it, particularly on towards that eastern coast. So although it's going to improve for the Bay of Plenty as we head through the daytime tomorrow, it may take its time just to clear away from the likes of that eastern coast as we head through towards the afternoon. Elsewhere, away from that top northeastern corner, the rest of the country is looking better. Any showers will start to ease away and clear off. Fine weather down towards the likes of Wellington and the top of the South Island, even down towards most of Canterbury. A fine looking story. We are going to find this next area of wet weather pushing in towards the south, some showers in towards Southland and eventually pushing up in towards parts of Otago. But generally, a lot of the day looks pretty decent down on the South Island as well. Like I say though, we have got some fairly active weather up towards the likes of Coromandel, the Bay of Plenty, Tairāwhiti, Gisborne, and also those northern parts of Hawke's Bay up towards the Wairoa district, with that low pressure running across and just pushing it back in towards that eastern side of the country. So head along to the Met-Service website just for more information about those. But I think we are looking at a pretty wet looking end of the day today for Monday and a wet start to the day for Tuesday as well. Let's stick with the North Island and see where that rain clears through on Tuesday. You can see the low pressure and that rain wrapping around there is with us to start the morning. Gisborne, across in towards Bay of Plenty and the Coromandel. That pulls away. You can see with that onshore feed of air, there's more cloud in towards Hawke's Bay and that wet weather there. But on the other side, any showers will clear off. It's an improving day for the likes of, say, Auckland and up in towards Northland. A few showers still on those western coasts, a touch more cloud in towards places like Dargaville, but I think other than that, not a bad looking story. Plenty of dry weather down through that central part of the country and in towards the likes of Wellington. Generally a fine day. Plenty of dry, bright and sunny weather there, a bit of early morning cloud perhaps here and there, but generally that'll clear off quite nicely. In terms of our temperatures, what have we got? Highs around about 16 degrees Celsius, a bit better down towards the likes of, say, New Plymouth and Namotu. We're looking at 18 degrees Celsius there. And overnight lows back into single figures for many of us, 7s and 8s around the coast, and then up to around about 13s and 14s up through Northland and Auckland. Well, heading down towards the South Island, fine weather seems to be pretty much the order of the day across everywhere from Nelson to Marlborough and down through Canterbury. You can see we've got more cloud on that western coast and some wetter weather in towards Fiordland. A few showers down towards the likes of Stewart Island, and they'll push closer towards Southland as we head through the daytime. And then as we go through towards the early evening, that rain will just feed more northwards up through Southland, up in towards Otago. Ahead of that, a bit more cloud through Canterbury, but you can see even by the end of the day, there's still plenty of clear sky through there. So not a bad story for the South Island. Temperatures as well, highs back to around about 14 degrees Celsius there for Christchurch. A little bit warmer as we head up in towards the Sunshine there for Nelson and Blenheim, 18 degrees Celsius and a bit of a cool night as well. Still temperatures back down to around about 6s or so for the likes of Nelson and cooler still for Marlborough. As we head through the next few days, generally things are looking much more settled, which is a big sigh of relief for many of us. The low pressure pulls away, just find those showers still to clear away first thing from the eastern coast, but plenty of dry weather across most spots of the North Island and the South Island as well, looking pretty decent as well. Just a few of those showers just still through Hawke's Bay and Gisborne. Down the south, a few showers around Fiordland and out towards, like I say, Stewart Island, but most of those will stay offshore from the mainland, so things are looking pretty settled. And this high pressure sticks with us through in towards Thursday as well. Generally the best days of the week. Keep an eye on the forecast. Another visitor coming in from the north and west brings more wet weather perhaps towards the end of the week, but at least for Wednesday and Thursday, there's plenty of dry weather in store and hopefully a bit more sunshine as well. That's it from me, from Met-Service.com.